Welcome, everybody, in the Movie Guys verse. This is Jordan here, part of Movie Guys Podcast. We wanted to say thank you so much for downloading this most recent episode. If you don't know what Movie Guys Podcast is, we are a new movie review show that is updated weekly. You can check us out at movieguyspodcast.com and also movieguyspodcast.podbean.com. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another awesome episode of Movie Guys Podcast. Tonight, we kick off part one of our Anit Hero Series. We're starting off with Spawn. I am Jordan, and I'm joined here with Eric and Ed. Eric, how the hell are you doing tonight, girly man?
You've been violated. Someone had to say it. We're going to get it out of the way right now. I'm doing okay. Ed, how about you?
I'm all right. I left skid marks in my underwear, just like Clown.
Wonderful. You said you have not seen this movie before? No, you've seen this movie before,
No, I've
right?
seen it before. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Right.
A long time since I've seen it. So I was definitely excited because I had very fond memories of the movie, which doesn't say very much about my childhood, I guess. But, you know, in all honesty, I was very pumped when we decided to do this anti-hero thing.
Well, this movie is officially 21 years old. It was released on August 1st of 1997. I was 10 years old, and my dad did take me to see this movie in theaters. That was a little bit of my story here. My mom and dad divorced when I was a kid. So every Sunday, my dad had me, and my dad decided to take me to movies every Sunday. So I saw a lot of movies I should have seen. I've already shared my Titanic story. My dad took me to see John Carpenter's Vampires, where the first 10 minutes is nothing but a gangbang titty shot. But Dad wanted to take me to see this movie. Now, I'm just going to paint this picture real quick. Dad never could afford cable, so he never really got a chance to see trailers. He just went to the movie with me and said, that poster looks cool. Is that movie playing? Let's go see that movie. That's kind of much how my dad picked the movies. So he said, this Spawn thing looks cool. So we went to go see this in theaters, and not even halfway through, I will never forget this at all, and I'll probably say this in his eulogy. We were watching Spawn. I don't know the part, but he looked over to the left of me, and he just shook his head and said, "You're going to tell your mom, aren't you?" That was my memory of Spawn. Eric and Ed, you both have seen this movie before. Ed, do you have fond memories of Spawn?
I don't have any, childhood memories like you do of the movie, but, I remember it just being really, really cool. I have more, honestly, memories of the cartoon that was on HBO, because I remember, those free weekends you'd get HBO and stuff. I'd always try to watch, the Red Shoe Diaries, and, of course, Spawn was on, and it would ruin it, but I would just leave it on. Not the Red Shoe Diaries, I'm sorry, but they had that was Skinamax.
You can go ahead and say Red Shoe Diaries. Everyone, David Duchovny, finest role there.
But I think, was that Cinemax or was that HBO?
Maybe it was Cinemax.
Yeah, but either way, I was trying to watch the porn, and I remember the cartoon being on, and I really liked it.
Pretty much porn.
Oh, it is. Yeah, really. But in terms of the movie itself, I don't have that. I can't say I have that fond of memory like you do. I just remember it.
Eric, how about you? Do you have fond memories of this movie growing up?
Yeah, actually, I went to go see it in theaters, and my mom was about it. She is I was lucky enough because both my parents had very eclectic tastes, to each their own. They had similar ones to sometimes cross over, but so I got exposed to a lot as a kid on both sides. For a lot of it, and she loved her some action movies. She's, and some comic book shit. She's down for that too, and also she likes John Leguizamo because who doesn't, right?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. I tell you, who really likes John Leguizamo and the rest of the production team of this. Everybody loves Todd McFarlane.
Yeah.
Todd McFarlane still makes his action figures now that goes for hundreds of dollars. Not only does he create Spawn, but he creates other classic horror monster movie action figures. But Todd McFarlane and New Line Cinema have a beautiful relationship, and it's not a very long story, but I think I need to tell this story before we get into our full review of Spawn here, just to show you the fuck-up that has happened. First of all, the movie was made for $40 million, and it grossed $87 million.
Yep.
So it definitely made its money back. Todd McFarlane and New Line Cinema just could not get along. They could not see eye to eye. Creative differences galore. Todd McFarlane, the creator of Spawn, was so frustrated that he said, you know what? I'm going to legally sell you the rights to make this movie for $1. Leave me the fuck alone. And that's what happened.
Wow.
He sold the rights for $1.
Wow.
That would explain why he's the director of the one coming out next year.
Yeah. And also, they made this movie, they wanted to make this movie a PG-13. There's no way. Actually, I think this is PG-13. Wasn't this one PG-13 originally?
It could have been. I don't know.
Because I know that there's famously 2 cuts.
Well, the director cut's really hard to find. No, it's an R. I'm looking at it now. It's an R. The director's cut's really hard to find, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, I looked all over for it. There's only one, in terms of like places to, because nobody wants to spend $13 on this movie. Let's be honest. None of the three of us. So, yeah, that was it.
Actually, you know what, Ed? I'm sorry to do this, but I just, sorry fans, I spoiled the hell out of it here, our little behind-the-scenes thing, but I just typed in Google Spawn movie rating, and it says right here, released August 1st, 1997, action, director, running time, budget, rating, PG-13.
No, here.
Well, if that's the case, that's fine. I'm on IMDb right now, and it just says R.
No, time out. Because okay, listen. I remember when this came up because this is what there was discrepancy about me seeing it because I wanted to go see it, and my mom was like, "Well, let me watch it first, and then you can, base it off of that type of thing." But I remember that there was no swearing in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So R is what the hell? So yeah, I'm seeing it on IMDb right now. It says rated R for violence and crude humor.
But Google says it's PG-13.
I think it was just one of those things because this was in the height of this new spike of new technology, right? Of the CGI stuff where you have it where it really, really worked, right? With a lot of these movies, and it was getting really fancy. And I remember watching a big part of how they turned John Leguizamo into the Violator in that room scene, the fireplace,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was a whole big thing, and it looks dope. The Violator looks dope when he is full grown into his form.
So,
Violator.
Okay, with that, I guess we go ahead and just get into the bulk of the movie here. Martin Sheen. Right there, movie over with. Martin Sheen.
Is that
Yeah.
You just want to leave it there?
When I was 10 years old and I saw this in theaters, I don't know who the fuck Martin Sheen was really. And then I haven't seen this movie in probably a decade. And I got it on Vudu for $4. And I was like, oh my God, Michael Sheen's the bad guy. Not
Martin Sheen.
Martin Sheen. Martin Sheen's the bad guy? What?
Yeah.
He's the bad guy? And not a very good bad guy. That's my first gripe with this. Martin Sheen's definitely doing this for a paycheck, right? What is he doing in this?
Yeah, I think he's just one of those dudes who just wanders around on set and he's just like, can I do this? Is this me?
I'm gonna grow a fucking chin beard and think I'm an evil guy and have this chick next to me and just twirl my mustache. Very, very hammy. Very paychecky.
Well, you got to remember, even at the time, he really hadn't done a whole lot of stuff.
Martin Sheen hit before 97?
No, I'm just saying, I know that I'm talking around 97, right? He had to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can see it. His peak is done,
Yeah, I'm fully aware of the other films he's been in,
Okay.
but I'm just around, he has to work, he wasn't really doing anything at the time. I'm not saying he didn't do anything before then. He wasn't doing anything at the time.
Probably, but it's just wow, this is clearly a paycheck movie for him. I just wasn't sold on him. But we also have the character Al Simmons, who is that? That's
Michael Jai White.
Michael Jai White. Why do I know this guy?
He's been in everything you've ever seen.
He's a martial arts guy, man. He's just action
That's
star,
where I know.
dude.
I know him as Jack Briggs from Mortal Kombat Legacy on HBO. That's where I know him.
Oh, Jax. Black Dynamite.
Yeah,
Right.
Black Dynamite is a big one too, right?
Yeah. So he was fun in this movie. But pretty much the plot is your standard revenge plot.
What else
Al
was he in?
Simmons.
Hold on, he was in a bunch of other stuff.
He was in the Tyler Perry movies like Why Did I Get Married?
Universal Soldier, here it is. That's what it was. Yeah. Oh no, just a bunch of that shit. But anyway, he's standard thug. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. So pretty much, Al Simmons is a standard Black Ops guy, and
From Detroit, by the way.
from Detroit.
Well,
Boom.
I don't think that's specified in the movie, but in the comics, he's Detroit.
Well, I hope he's. Well, I don't think it's. I think it's L.A. in this, but pretty much just your basic revenge plot. Guy has wife, kids, blah 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 blah, and he gets betrayed by his boss. He goes to hell, makes a deal with Satan himself to become the
He's
spawn.
a trained assassin, first off, CIA assassin.
And he comes back to seek revenge to kill the man who killed him, because what happens when Michael Sheen dies? He releases this chemical or something like that to pretty much bring upon Armageddon. All right, so now watching this movie, though, before we get into some of the fun stuff, Eric, did you find yourself confused on setting? Because I'm just going to call him Spawn throughout the movie, but when Spawn comes back from hell, is he on Earth when he's living with all those bums in the alleyway, or is that purgatory? Is that hell? Like, where is he?
It's Earth. He's in the slums, man. He's at the bottom. He's at where all the scums go to be scummy, I guess.
So he is back on Earth. It's not like a purgatory thing or nothing like that.
I mean, is that what you think it
That's
is?
what I thought it was, because he lives on top of that dilapidated tower in a way, right? And that just seems completely out of sorts when it comes to the rest of the landscape of the city.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. I don't know what the hell was going on there, but I didn't think it was anything but that. I think there's kind of an interesting theory that you have there, but I kind of like that. But no,
You like that? Okay.
but I was always I'm pretty sure he's just in the ghetto.
Yeah, I mean, he had, when this movie picks up, he had been dead for 5 years.
Yeah.
So he's now a hell spawn that is now wakes up in the slums.
Yeah. We
go to his body, and his body's still in the grave.
But before we get into that, let's talk about the bad CGI where Satan comes up and his mouth never moves.
Yeah.
His mouth is just wide open. I'm like, if that's true, when I meet Satan, like, hey, Lucifer, don't move your mouth, but speak. I want to see this.
Well, what's his name? Is like Malbugia.
So is it not
Malbogia.
Satan? Is it not?
Malbugia. There it is.
Is Malbogia not Satan, or?
I don't think he's
helmet demon, man.
Yeah, I don't think he's the guy. But yeah, I mean, he might be a devil. I don't know if he's the devil. I don't know if they imply that he's supposed to be the guy or not. I don't know.
Well,
Okay.
he's someone not to be fucked with, man. Obviously, you saw what firepower the dude was rocking with, right?
Right.
So,
right.
don't fuck with him, right?
I don't want to fuck with that guy.
I don't want to fuck with that guy.
No. Ed, what do you think about the makeup with Al Simmons, with Spawn? Not the costume, just the charred, burnt look.
For 97, it was fantastic.
That's my impression of him.
Yeah.
What's his wife's name, or what's the daughter's name again? Is it like
Oh God!
Wanda.
What is it? Cyan? The wife's Wanda and his
Wanda?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I mean the makeup was good for the age. You know what I mean? It wasn't anything that you could see today, but if you take it back, 21 years, then yeah, I mean it was great.
Okay, no, I just thought it was. I thought it was great. Also like that his eyes turned out green.
That's part of me that wants to think that why a lot of this got the R ratings, because this was a more of a mainstream superhero movie, and they knew it was going to be catered towards more like younger audiences, but because of the effects that were in this movie, it may have seemed too real for younger audiences, and I'm sure that's why they gave it an R rating, just because of the graphics, because of the visuals in this. I honestly think that's what it is. I mean, the crude humor was there, but it wasn't really like, I mean, come on. I mean,
well, at one point, Spawn's belt comes out when he's getting kicked in the dick by what's her name, fucking Melinda Clark, and it cuts her leg in half.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the costume. Eric, I asked Ed about the makeup. Eric, what do you think about the overall costume when it actually forms and he's Spawn? One of the coolest costumes I've seen in a long time, right?
Oh, yeah. It's dope as fuck, man. Like, easily, like, this is one of the best. I mean, I don't know. I saw this as a kid, and I loved it. Spawn is just awesome. I just love that he has like kind of that whole Green Lantern effect where it's just like to the imagination, anything that they want happens. He actually has some limitations, though, because of the whole, well, whatever the hell. But it's just cool. He's like this dark, anti-villain. That's what the series is all about, and he's just doesn't really give a shit. He's lost everything, so he can't lose anything else. So he's just knows there's no other way. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. It's just chaos.
Now, Eric, though, what's cooler? The Spawn costume or the Spawn costume with the red cape? Because that red cape is just, oh my god.
Oh, no. You gotta have cape. Spawn needs to have cape. It's no buts about it there, buddy. Spawn's gotta have cape. Otherwise, it's not complete. Bob Ross needs the fro. Okay. Spawn needs the cape. That's the power. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta have it.
Now, Ed, Spawn has help from a guy who, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't he a Hell Spawn as well, but he kind of like said, fuck you? Because wasn't he part of like a Crusader, like a Knights of the Round Table or something like that? Like his old guy?
I don't know exactly who Cagliostro was, but he was, I think he wasn't a Hell Spawn. He was basically the leader of Heaven's army, if I remember, if I can guess right.
Okay.
I mean, maybe he was. I don't know, and I don't know that much about Spawn. I do apologize. Typically,
I'm saying from the movie point of view, is that guy a soldier from heaven, or is that guy? Because at the end when he fights in hell, he has his medieval getup. I thought he was like a crusader or something, or.
Well, and when they're laying there after the big battle with the Violator, but before the Violator comes back, right? They're sitting in Wanda's living room, and Spawn says to Cagliostro, he says, "What would you have done if I would have chosen to lead Hell's army?" He said, "I would have killed you."
All right, fine, fair enough. Eric, what do you think about John Leguizamo as the Violator being only Danny DeVito size in this movie?
Oh, it's perfect, dude. Like when this movie was coming out, John Leguizamo was hot, right? He just come off of a few very, very successful one-man shows that toured and did HBO specials. I mean, they were big, right? What, Freak and I think it's another one. And then he also had The Pest that came out too. That movie that bombed. I'm quite sure. I wanted to go see it, which I did, and it was horrible.
Didn't he do Summer of Sam during this time too?
That came a little bit later. I think that's when he started to do serious acting. But you're right. It probably came soon after this, but.
Can't we forget he was Luigi in the Super Mario Brothers movie?
That's right. So he was working. So dude was doing a lot of projects, and this role actually just fit him, I think, because you needed somebody who could play like jokingly evil, basically, but on that element of just like, geez, this is fucking crazy. Like, he seems really unhinged, and John Leguizamo is just that. Obviously, if you've seen any of his one-man shows, right?
Oh, yeah. No, Ed, blah, 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 can't talk. Ed, Eric liked The Violator. Everybody likes The Violator. I know you want to talk about him. What do you think about The Violator, John Leguizamo, in this movie?
Well, as just like Eric said, I mean, he said it perfectly. I mean, he was the perfect guy to play that character because he's not afraid to make fun of anything, right? And he's
corny. Sure.
Yeah. And like he makes multiple fart jokes. You know, what legitimate actor would do that other than a comedian? And the hottest actor comedian at the time was John Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo. Yeah, it's a lot of toilet humor, a lot of corny, silly, dumb jokes, right?
Yeah. I mean, he farts and then he pulls his underwear out and says, "Oops, he shit himself." And then he farts again within the same scene, and then he goes off and eats a pizza with maggots on it.
Who doesn't like a good maggot pizza? One of my favorite scenes in the movie was when Spawn finally becomes Spawn with the red cape and he disrupts Martin Sheen's party or banquet, whatever he has, and just shoots the place up. What a great 90s action scene. Eric, do you agree on that?
Ooh, that was the big part where you got to see the cape in action, where he descends from the ceiling. Whew, and you just see the cape, just the immense, and how fake it is, of course. It looks dumb as shit, right? So I imagine they can make it look so much better now, and I'm so excited for this movie to come out next year. Oh, man, dude. I mean, that cape, just the way that it's just so, it's its own, it's like the Blob,
Nice reference, the Blob. I like that.
Because it's, you know what I mean? It's unpredictable, and you can just tell that in an instant it'll just consume everything.
Does whatever it wants to do. It also helped him in his motorcycle chase with the Violator at the end of the movie, too.
That was dope.
Now, before we get into our final popcorn rating, though, it sounds like I'm hearing from you guys, not bad, but is it not bad because nostalgia, because review glasses on here? The movie actually quite is terribly made, right?
Oh God, it's horrible, dude! Don't get me wrong. Like this is the dialogue, the situations, everything about it is just, you know what I mean. It's bad, but I mean this is kind of the genre that we were getting out of this at this time for some fucking reason. Alien Resurrection, Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, don't shit on Mortal Kombat. It was beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Eric says nothing else but
No, it was a shitty movie. But I loved it just as much as I loved this movie.
Yes, that's why I'm wondering, because, I'm watching this movie and my wife is watching it with me and she's just like, oh my God. And I'm just sitting here at my seat saying, this is great, right? But in the back of my mind, I'm like, but this is not great. I mean,
no, it's horrible. I would say to some people it's almost unwatchable. Like,
yeah.
But here's the thing: is that like I love Spawn, and the dude is such a really awesome character. And those few parts in this movie where it shines, where he shows it, I think that's dope. I really do. I wish I had more of that, but unfortunately, I don't. This is all I get. Oh well, I get the cartoon just like it has from HBO, and I get the new ones coming up too. And it's a damn shame.
With Jamie Foxx.
Because like I really think that Michael Jai White did an excellent job as Spawn. I just like him as Spawn. I think it was dope. I liked that. Everyone else, I don't know what the hell was. I really don't know what was going on. Like John Leguizamo was okay, but like I said, his humor was very crude, and it shouldn't have been R. It should have just been like That's why they did R. Actually, it was all the fart jokes.
Eric, in the original comics, I had a question. Was Al Simmons Spawn? Was he always black?
What, I mean, no, he's Chinese.
No, I was just curious if they changed it up, because if that's true in the comics, if he was black, then this came out in '97, a year before Blade, and so this could be considered like right? Like one of the first major Hollywood release black.
Yeah, he's definitely black. He had like a brothers and sisters too. He was like one of three brothers or something like that.
Okay. Because I'm just curious, because people like to say on YouTube and shit that, Wesley Snipes started, this superhero African American thing, and I'm like, wait a minute, wasn't there Spawn before then? People just don't give the movie credit.
Because it's a bad movie. Like,
yeah. And it's not any better.
And you got to remember that.
Well, Blade is first off better than this.
Fine, I'll give you that.
Well, look at the director. First off, dude, I
will give you that. I'm just saying though. I mean, like, this is the first major one. I just can't believe that they just don't recognize that, because that's great. I mean, making $87 million, that's good.
They really, I am really excited to watch them do it justice in this new one, and I hope the hype builds, because yeah, like the old one, it really was hard to watch. I remember as a kid though, it was just imagination, because there were some really good shots in the film.
Mm-hmm.
Like as far as cinematography goes, but the CGI is really bad too. Like the parts where they're in hell, it looks like a fucking heavy metal rock video.
Oh, it's terrible.
You know, and yeah,
Right.
exactly. The camera moving, you see all the other spawns just going, yeah. It's like
doing the same motion.
Every cinematic in like every arcade game at that time.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking.
That's exactly what they did. All right, guys, let's get into our popcorn rating here. Ed, we'll start with you. What will be your popcorn rating for Spawn?
See, this is a really tough one, because I absolutely love the story. I absolutely love the fact that this is like the most comic book-like movie ever. You know, they're one step away from having POW on the screen, you know what I mean? But yeah, the CGI is terrible. I mean, the movie just didn't translate that well, so it's really tough. I'm going to step up only because I love the story of Spawn, and I'm going to give it a medium bag of popcorn. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't go that far. But Todd McFarlane obviously is brilliant. He created Venom, right? So, I mean, he created Spawn. He's a great comic book guy. So, I mean, just the depth of the story. I mean, I'm going to go ahead and just give it the medium bag.
Medium bag for Ed. Eric, what will be your popcorn rating for Spawn?
Oh God, like I'm fighting between like, you know, can I do a half bag? It's like, because listen, like there are parts in this movie that I really do enjoy. Like the training parts when he's in the alley are actually not too bad. When he's learning to use his abilities and his capes, and the part that he's talking with what's his name again? Cagliostro. Yeah. When he's talking with it, like, you know, that character is kind of cool too. So like, there are parts into it, but again, it just, a lot of it just seems ridiculous. It's almost just like everyone's like, all right, everyone, we're doing a comic book movie, make sure to overact everything, you know, be very, exaggerate everything. It's supposed to be a comic book, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's supposed to be make believe.
Jeez, was Joel Schumacher directing it? Fuck.
That's basically what I thought, right? It's just like I thought everyone's over the top, and so they're kind of acting that way too, and it just doesn't work well. They needed to find a tone. This is before comic book movies found a kind of casual tone about them, you know, because you had like Superman, you had Batman from like Tim Burton, or who did Superman?
Richard Donner.
Yeah, and superhero movies kind of a little bit before them, they don't really have a pace. They don't really find a tone. They try to completely go beyond like this whole area of belief and make it like comic booky. It wasn't until we had this new next gen of like Marvel where it's just like, yeah, hey, we're just casual in the real world, you know, just like you, man. And then, you know, they just kind of do this a little bit more, you know, easily. Or not as showy or flashy, you know. Seems to be a little bit more real. But something like this is very, very over the top, and that's why I didn't do over the top. But again, I rambled on for a little bit, boys, and I apologize for that. I think I lost the crowd.
No, you're good, homie. You're good.
I
100% agree. I 100% agree with everything you said. I mean, specifically, like at the time, superhero movies even comic book movies in general, weren't that good because they were going off the source material as opposed to making it realistic.
Right,
so,
right.
Yeah.
Like that's the best way I can describe it. Is that exactly that. They didn't know that they could go. They could color outside of the lines.
Right.
Ooh, God, your references. Beautiful tonight. Beautiful. I myself am going to give this one a small bag. 10-year-old me is smacking 31-year-old me and saying, this is a large bag, this is perfect, but it's not. I mean, like everything we said before, the CG's bad, the acting's bad. Martin Sheen's is hamming it in for a paycheck. The makeup is fun when he is all burnt up. That is fun. And of course, the costume of Spawn is really great. This movie left an impression on me, of course, when I was 10 years old. I mean, it's a very impressionable movie because of all the awesome visuals you do get. And in 1997, I didn't mind the bad CG. I do now. But in 97, I didn't really give a shit. I enjoyed it.
It still has an iconic scene. Like, here's the thing is that I think that if a movie can leave a lasting scene or two, then it has a mark. It did something. It accomplished something there. And this is the one where I think that Violator transforming in that room, I think is a example that a lot of people like to go to show like movie tech. You know, like that's a go-to scene to kind of model after.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So I don't know. Is it just me? Is that maybe a go-to scene? Do you guys have in this movie?
I mean, that's the go-to scene. Him falling from the ceiling into the banquet hall with the cape wrapped around him. I thought it's very iconic.
Yeah, another one, good one.
You know, so I thought overall the movie had great little snippets like that. But fun movie for what it is. It was better than Sharknado, and that's the first movie I've ever seen in my life. So, you know, you got that going for it. But everybody, thank you so much for downloading us, all the fans out there in the Movie Guys verse. We are kicking off here with our Anit Hero Series. I released the schedule on Twitter today so everybody can see, but I'll let everybody know who's listening to the show now what we're doing. Episode 1, of course, is Spawn. Episode 2 next week will be The Punisher 2004 with Thomas Jane. And the last episode in our Anit Hero Series will be Venom, leading up to it. I'm nervous because Venom now has a PG-13 rating.
Ugh.
Eric like the fact that Venom says turd.
Turd.
So we shall see what happens. But thank you so much, everybody, for listening to this episode. Make sure to check us out at movieguyspodcast.com, movieguyspodcast.podbean.com. Follow us on Twitter and on Facebook, and also you can download our episodes on iTunes, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Just search for Movie Guys Podcast. We're the logo with the headphones and the bag of popcorn. That just seems to fit, right? Thank you so much, Ed and Eric, for joining me on this episode, and we'll talk to everybody next week for The Punisher 2004. Have a good night.